Right, Honourable Speaker, one of the issues that this Parliament has failed to deal with is a concept of post-legislative scrutiny. I recollect in the 9th Parliament, there was a conversation on the floor of this House to put in place a committee to deal with post-legislative scrutiny, to look at laws and how they work, because we legislate and these laws must be functional. Non-functional laws on our statute books that gather dust and fail to get the traction for are actually a bother to the public. I'd like to imagine that the time has come for us to engage with the Committee of Rules to consider this committee. This committee is very critical to our work as legislators, to review and look at the functionality of the laws we make. I was in this House when, for example, the Public Order Management Act being referred to on page 16 was being debated and enacted. And we warned its nature and its unconstitutionality. Nobody listened because it was political expediency. Now, it is now back to note that actually it was unconstitutional. So we need to deal with that committee, Right Honourable Speaker, to deal with the laws we make and consider their efficacy as society evolves. And my question to the committee leadership, did you probe the Electoral Commission in how it has dealt with very incompetent officials that have meddled with elections at polling stations, at polling centers, have been dropped on the premise of sheer incompetence or sheer partisanship? Because if we do not see this being talked about here, it means that the conversation with the EC was casual and customary. But we would like to see more serious, recommendations made at their reluctance. Finally, most of the troubles that relate to the violation of rights are based on our political disagreements that have not been settled. Then some people elect to use to settle them with sheer might other than reason. That's why I want the EC. The EC is lamenting to the committee about their failure to deal with polling stations and managing polling centers. And on page 9, one of the questions one would raise would be, the Electoral Commission in some places recorded 100% turn-up. In some other centers, 120 turn-up. And some places vote has been disenfranchised. Did the committee probe these issues? Because where you even make a dead person of the rights of the dead to consider them to have voted when they're actually resting. Right, Honourable Speaker, the buck stops with the National EC to vet competency, probity, and impartiality. Where these are not properly probed and they simply deploy cadres for a purpose, we end up in this mess, Right, Honourable Speaker. So, yeah, Right, Honourable Speaker, that is the norm. We are now discussing the reality facing us, and it's the invitation I am making here. This is the House of Parliament that must discuss even the improbable and make them possible, because we are all here to legislate for a better Uganda. Right, Honourable Speaker, in finality, I want to thank the committee, and I am waiting for the Land Attorney General as we have ordered. I'll bring back the issues I've raised on illegal detention centers when the Land Attorney General makes his presentation, so that we can be at the same page in understanding not just the genesis, but including the motivation for some people to be above the law in this fair land. I thank you, Honourable Speaker.